Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests, instructors, staff members, law enforcement officers, and families. My name is Kevin Mahoney, and I am the Director of Police Academy Operations here at Lackawanna College. I would like to welcome you to the graduation of Class 260, which apparently is taking place in my grandmother's living room. It's a long story. Tonight marks a significant milestone in the careers of our graduates who have worked tirelessly to earn the privilege to serve and protect our communities. This is a day of pride for our cadets who have risen to the challenge of an intense and demanding training program. Before we begin, I would like to express my thanks to everyone who has contributed to the success of our program. Prior to joining the Academy in 2021, I spent over 25 years as a member of the Pennsylvania State Police and worked alongside numerous graduates of this program, including municipal officers, county detectives, and state troopers. I'm a West Scranton kid, so I knew the Lackawanna College Police Academy always had an excellent reputation as one of the first and finest municipal academies in the Commonwealth, and I was very fortunate to join them. I would first like to thank Lackawanna College President Jill Murray and Director of Continuing Education Bill Shane for their unwavering support of our program. I would also like to thank my Assistant Director, Jerry DeSoy, AKA the Nice One, former Chief of Police for the City of Wilkes-Barre, Lisa Senek, our Administrative Assistant, who will be doubling as our singer for the evening for the National Anthem, Paul Bowman, our Academy Training Coordinator, and Beth Thompson, our Admissions Coordinator. I would also like to especially recognize our Academy instructors, some of whom are here tonight. Every graduation, I ask them to stand up and be recognized, and they won't do it, so I'm not going to ask them anymore. We have an extensive roster of both active and retired law enforcement professionals from a variety of local, state, and federal agencies. Each one brings a level of experience and expertise that makes this program second to none. They're not here for the money. They're here because they truly care about our cadets and the profession of law enforcement. I'd like to personally thank all of you for your dedication and service to the Academy. Your success is our success. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd like to give additional thanks to a former director and current instructor, Will Oliphant, as well as instructor Jeffrey Hughes, who worked with our cadets to prepare them for tonight's ceremony. Their efforts are greatly appreciated. And last but certainly not least, to the family and friends of the graduates, thank you for your unwavering support and encouragement that has helped our graduates throughout their training sessions. We are aware that the stressors that cadets experience during training can echo into their private lives, whether it be missed family functions, financial pressures, or just dealing with everyday family issues. Your faith and belief in them has been crucial in their success, and your continued support will strengthen them as they enter into a life of service for their communities. Today, as you witness your loved ones standing at the threshold of an incredible new chapter in their lives, take pride in their accomplishments. They represent the very best of our society, and they will continue to uphold the values and standards of our profession. I would now ask all guests to please rise and join me in welcoming graduates of Class 260, led by Academy instructor and United States Marine veteran Jeffrey Hughes, along with Dick McLean on the bagpipes. I also ask you to remain standing for the National Anthem. Instructor Hughes, please have the class enter the theater.
Class 260, onward! March!
Instructor Hughes, please bring the class to attention for the singing of the national anthem.
Present. On!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. When the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Everyone else can be seated. Class 260 will now undergo their final inspection as a class. The Lackawanna College Police Academy is a paramilitary organization, just as police departments are paramilitary organizations. Cadets are taught to follow strict rules and regulations, to act in a courteous and professional manner at all times, and maintain close attention to detail. The final inspection has traditionally been conducted by Dominic DeNaples, a longtime supporter of our academy who formerly served on the college's Board of Trustees. Mr. DeNaples is unable to be here this evening, and the inspection will be conducted by former Academy Director and current Academy Instructor, Will Oliphant. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Instructor Hughes. All of our cadet classes have a designated chain of command. The chain of command is selected by the Academy Director, me, and Assistant Director with input from our instructors. Having a clear chain of command introduces cadets to the organizational structure of police departments. I am pleased to announce the chain of command for Class 260. Please stand when I announce your name. Class Captain, Lindsay Dippery. Class Lieutenant, Blaze Cholish. Class Sergeant, Ana Pena. And Class Sergeant, Chase Anderson. You could all have a seat, except for you, Captain. Captain Dippery will now address the class and our audience.
Let's go, Liz!
Good evening. My name is Lindsay Dippery, Captain of Cadet Class 260. It is an honor and privilege to be speaking before you all on behalf of myself and my fellow cadets. 6 months ago, the 32 of us walked into these doors together, not knowing a single thing about one another, but knowing that we all shared one common goal: to become police officers, a dangerous but noble career. Director Mahoney, your professionalism and rectitude are admirable. You have showed us since day one how a police officer should carry themselves and have been the perfect example ever since. It has been a privilege to be a part of your remarkable program. Assistant Director DeSoy, your willfulness to accommodate us when we were being difficult never went unnoticed. You showed us your passion for the job, and that's something we will never forget. Thank you for always looking out for us. To our instructors and staff, your dedication to us as a class and as individuals was valuable and greatly appreciated. We can't thank you enough for your endless support and guidance, from sharing your real-life stories and experiences to teaching us hands-on the skills that you have all learned throughout your successful careers. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. To our families, friends, and loved ones, this academy has been long and demanding. It took away time that would have normally been spent with you, and you did nothing but encourage, support, and cheer us on every step of the way. And for that, we are and will continue to be thankful throughout our future careers. In Class 260, reflecting back on our long but exciting journey together, I cannot help but be proud of all that we have accomplished. It all started the morning of January 18th as we stood in the foyer of this building in dead silence with our hearts racing. Little did we know that day would be the start of the next 6.5 months spent jumping over 5-foot walls, getting yelled at for wearing cowboy boots to class, reading every vehicle code violation word for word, and hours and hours and hours of handcuffing. Not only were we challenged physically, but also mentally and emotionally. There were early mornings that led into late nights and weeks that felt like they were never going to end. But every single one of you were dedicated and driven. I'm so proud of how far we've come and how far we will go. This profession is difficult but rewarding. It's not a job everyone is capable of, but I firmly believe every one of us will succeed. Take pride in how far you have come and have faith in how far you can go. It is no surprise to hear how scrutinized law enforcement is in today's society. So go be the change, make the difference, and remember that heroes don't always wear capes, but sometimes badges and guns. Thank you.
And she was nervous. How good was that? Our guest speaker tonight is Deputy Attorney General Angela Sperazza. Attorney Sperazza is a graduate of Fordham University, where she majored in political science and women's studies. For 9 years, she was a prosecutor at the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office in the Special Victims Unit and the Chief of Major Crimes, handling cases of sexual assault, child abuse, homicide, and death by drug delivery. Angela is now a Deputy Attorney General in the Child Predator Unit and an instructor at the Lackawanna College Police Academy since 2015. She also serves on the State Board for Legal Updates at MOPEC. Angela is the first female president of Wilkes-Barre Chapter of Unico. She is also the current vice president of Pennsylvania State Police Troop P Camp Cadet, a nonprofit organization that provides children the opportunity to spend a week in law enforcement training. I have seen Angela in action. She is a force to be reckoned with, and it is my honor and privilege at this time to introduce Deputy Attorney General Angela Sperazza.
Good evening, guys. As you heard, I've been a prosecutor for nearly 12 years, and I can say with absolute certainty that the profession that you have chosen is one of the most difficult in the Commonwealth. It's also one of the most important. Standing here to address you today is not the same as it would have been 7 years ago, and I don't think anyone here needs me to tell them that. It's a job that invites jeers, judgment, and disdain. It's not for the weak or the apathetic. It's not necessarily fun, and right now it's not particularly popular. It's a really uplifting speech, right, guys? But the reality is, you guys answer that constant call of who will do it? Who can we rely on? Who can handle it? You are the ones that go. You're the ones that stand up. You're the ones who can be relied on. You are the ones who run toward danger when everyone else runs away. I also want to address your families and share my great appreciation for your constant support of the men and women on this stage. The men and women who are prepared to answer that call. Your lives change today as well. Not just through the pride that you have at your loved ones' achievements, but in the commitment to support them throughout the career that lies ahead. And there will be ups and downs. Right now, law enforcement is used as a buzzword, met at some times with thunderous applause, other times with harsh critiques. But all of you here know that your lives are not a buzzword. This profession is not political, it's not discriminatory, and it's not a costume you put on. This is a calling. It is a commitment to service. It's becoming a part of a cause that is bigger than yourself. It's believing in that cause so much that even when you sign up, you know you have to be willing to give everything for it. Sometimes I get to speak to young adults, and one of the questions I like to ask them, and Director Mahoney knows this, is what do you think a law enforcement officer should be? And as you can imagine, right now they say things like fair, kind, impartial. I wish I could tell you that your future career would only require that of you. You're no longer allowed the luxury of believing that that is all an officer must be. You won't be able to sit at tables and give a beige response that everyone can agree on when they ask what a law enforcement officer should be. You know, and you will see every day, that far more is required of you. Some days, you'll be able to see the hope in people's eyes when you arrive. Other times, you'll see nothing but fear for what they just experienced. And some days, you may be the last person someone sees. That's why you must also be brave, resolute, and resilient. You must be patient, more patient than a regular civilian could ever hope to be. You must be aware to account for other people's lack of awareness. Above all, you must be prepared to stand up to the evil that exists in our world, because you are that last line of defense. When you leave today, you join the ranks of that word, law enforcement, in a polarized world. You carry with you a great responsibility to your community and to your fellow officers. I applaud you, but I also challenge you. Truly embrace what it means to be a law enforcement officer, a defender of justice, a keeper of the peace, and an example for all of us. I look in front of me and I see a group of men and women who are ready to answer that call. Officers who are prepared to stand up and say, I'll take the call. How can I help? Don't know who to send? Send me. I'm overwhelmed with pride and commitment to what you bring to this profession, and I wish you luck and good fortune as you take your next step. In the words of Marianne Grippu, who used to close her speeches every way the same, make us proud, and we will always have your six. Thank you.
Now comes the good part. Our class awards. The awards given tonight cover a number of categories, and the recipients are unaware that they will be receiving these awards until this very moment. All awards will be presented by Assistant Director Jerry DeSoy and some of our guests on the stage tonight. The Driving Proficiency Award is sponsored by the Pennsylvania Chiefs of Police Association. Representing the PH Chiefs to present this award is Kingston Township Police Chief Martin Moransky. And the award goes to Cadet Pettis. The Handgun Proficiency Award goes to the cadet who achieves the highest handgun qualification score. We have an outstanding firearms training unit here at the Scranton campus, led by Senior Instructor Mark Mirko. The award goes to Cadet Bradley Adams. The High Scholastic Award goes to the cadet with the highest academic average of all courses combined. The award is presented in memory of former Assistant District Attorney and past Academy Director, Mary Ann Grippo. This award goes to Cadet Chase Anderson. The Trooper Joshua Miller Physical Fitness Award recipient is chosen on scores of all physical fitness testing throughout the Academy program. Trooper Miller was a graduate of this Academy, and I first met Josh when I was a trooper in Tunkhannock in the late 1990s, where he was an officer with the Tunkhannock Borough Police Department. He joined the state police in 2002 and was shot and killed in the line of duty on June 7th, 2009. This award goes to Cadet John Bryan. The recipient of the Spirit of Distinction Award is selected by Academy staff and instructors. The award is named for Lackawanna College Police Academy graduate Daniel J.J. Lomax. Officer Lomax was a police officer with the Forest City Police Department, the Mayfield Police Department, and was a volunteer firefighter with several companies in the area. On June 22, 2013, Officer Lomax was en route home following his shift and came across a single vehicle accident. While attempting to assist the driver, Officer Lomax came in contact with a downed electrical wire and was killed. Officer Lomax embodied all of the traits that we seek to instill in our cadets: service, selflessness, dedication to duty, and commitment to others. The Daniel J.J. Lomax Spirit of Distinction Award is sponsored by FOP Lodge 63 and is given to the cadet that best embodies the qualities shown by Officer Lomax. I would ask Lodge 63 representatives Ken West and David Repchek to join me to present this award to Cadet Ana Pena. For the past several years, our Academy has been in collaboration with the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride. This organization is dedicated to the welfare of police officers and first responders while keeping the memory of our fallen comrades alive. Tonight, they are donating a $100 gift certificate for Star Uniform to every graduating cadet to assist them as they commence their careers in law enforcement. On behalf of the entire Academy staff, I would like to thank this organization for their generous contribution to our new graduates. Each cadet will receive their gift certificate as they receive their graduation diplomas. With us tonight, representing the Never Forgotten Motorcycle Ride, is retired Scranton Police Officer Sergeant Michael Camarada and Scranton Police Officer Paul Stefersky. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here tonight. Another tradition of the Academy is the presentation to every graduating cadet a challenge coin, which depicts our Academy logo: honor, integrity, and courage. Each cadet will receive their Academy challenge coin in their graduation packets. Before we distribute our diplomas tonight, I would like to thank the police departments who sponsored cadets in Class 260. Oof. The Nanticoke Police Department, the Scranton Police Department, and the Mount Carmel Police Department. I'd also like to thank the many departments who have hired or are in the process of hiring our graduating cadets. Thank you for trusting us to prepare your future officers. Our cadets have the option to have an active or retired first responder, law enforcement member, or military member present their graduation certificates on stage. I would now ask Assistant Director DeSoy to assist me in presenting the certificates. And I see Instructor Hughes already has the presenters lining up, so I could skip that line. Take it away.
Cadet Bradley Adams, certificate presented by his father, Sergeant Todd Adams, Dallas Township Police Department. Cadet Sergeant Chase Anderson, certificate presented by his uncle, Richard Brannigan, Pennsylvania State Police, retired. Cadet Kyle Bilecki, certificate presented by his stepfather, Joe Nalepa, Pennsylvania State Police, retired. Cadet Alexander Bishop, certificate presented by Director Mahoney, Lackawanna Academy. Cadet Jalen Brunson, certificate presented by Chief Michael Turner, Wyoming Regional Police Department. Cadet John Bryan, certificate presented by Chief Michael Roque, Nanticoke Police Department. Cadet Brandon Butler, certificate presented by Evan Freiler, Mount Carmel Borough PD. Cadet Lieutenant Blaze Cholish, certificate presented by Chief James DeVoe, Oliphant PD. Cadet Mitchell Clinton, certificate presented by his father, Greg Clinton, United States Air Force. Cadet Noah Collins, certificate presented by Academy Director Kevin Mahoney. Cadet Tyler Corder, certificate presented by his father, Mike Corder, Williamsport PD. Cadet Captain Lindsay Dippery, certificate presented by Chief Thomas Carroll, Scranton Police Department. Cadet Robert Jodish, certificate presented by Chief Michael Roque, Nanticoke PD. Cadet Kathia Harris, certificate presented by Sergeant Bob Boyer, Kingston Police Department, retired. Cadet Zachary Keller, certificate presented by Academy Director Kevin Mahoney. Cadet Eric Lopez, certificate presented by his brother Angel Lopez, United States Army. Cadet Zachary Meade, certificate presented by Chief Danny Drake, Holly PD. Cadet Samantha Mealy, certificate presented by Director Kevin Mahoney. Cadet Matthew Melendez, certificate presented by Academy Director Kevin Mahoney. Cadet Noah Palaskis, certificate presented by Chief Michael Turner, Wyoming Area Regional PD. Cadet Anna Pinna, certificate presented by Director Kevin Mahoney. Cadet Chad Pettis, certificate presented by Chief Thomas Carroll, Scranton PD. Cadet Samuel Pitzman, certificate presented by Academy Director Kevin Mahoney. Cadet Robin Plake, certificate presented by her mother, Joyce Plake, United States Army, retired. Cadet Trevor Reed, certificate presented by Academy Director Kevin Mahoney. Cadet Christopher Samsel, certificate presented by Chief Michael Turner, Wyoming Area Regional PD. Cadet Joseph Sowers, certificate presented by his team leader, Sergeant Michael Block, U.S. Army. Cadet Michael Sebastinelli, certificate presented by his father, Robert Sabacelli, Pennsylvania State Police, retired. A lot of names up here. What do you want? Cadet Marcus Tilia, certificate presented by Chief Michael Turner, Wyoming Area Regional PD. Cadet Matthew Delaney, certificate presented by Chief Thomas Carroll, Scranton PD. Director, next graduation, I would like the instructors removed to the back of the room instead of the front.
Come on, guys, don't make fun of Jerry. Every cadet class chooses a fallen or deceased officer to whom they dedicate their training and graduation. This tradition underscores the seriousness of their duties performed by law enforcement, as well as the importance of performing with honor and integrity. By doing so, they honor the men and women who have laid down their lives in service to the community. Class 260 has chosen Lebanon City Police Department Lieutenant William Lebo, who was killed in the line of duty on March 31st, 2022. Lieutenant Lebo was shot and killed as he and other officers responded to a domestic-related burglary in the 1100 block of Forest Street at about 3:30 p.m. on March 31st. The owners of the house had returned home to discover that an emotionally disturbed relative had broken into the home and remained inside. The man was still inside when officers arrived on the scene. As a reaction team entered the home, the man opened fire with a handgun, striking Lieutenant Lebo and 2 other officers. Despite their wounds, the officers returned fire and shot the suspect, who was later found deceased inside the home. Lieutenant Lebo was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Lieutenant Lebo had served with the Lebanon City Police Department for 40 years and was scheduled to retire only 30 days later on May 1st, 2022. I ask that class officers for Class 260 step forward for the banner ceremony. The Lackawanna College Police Academy Guidon is adorned with banners bearing the names of fallen officers honored by our cadet classes. It stands at the entrance to our academy classroom as a reminder to our cadets of those officers that made their ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. At this time, I would ask the audience to stand for the playing of taps and for Instructor Hughes to bring the class to attention. be seated. Thank you. We've come to the end of our program, and I'd like to again thank everyone for being here tonight. Before we leave, I'd like to say a few words to our graduates. First, on behalf of the staff, instructors, and administration of the Lackawanna College Police Academy, I'd like to congratulate Class 260 on your accomplishments. The world of law enforcement has changed much in the last several years, and your resilience will be tested in your new role as a police officer. As you encounter situations that test your mettle, remember the training you received, the mentors who guided you, and the support system that stands behind you. Trust in your abilities and lean on your fellow officers, for together you will be an almighty source for good. Always be aware that respect and trust are not bestowed automatically, but earned through your actions. The actions of a single police officer can impact the perception of an entire institution. Always act with a commitment to professionalism, impartiality, and respect for the dignity of every human being. Strive to build bridges between law enforcement and the community, fostering relationships based on trust, understanding, and cooperation. Embrace the power of communication, not just of words, but of listening as well. Engage in meaningful dialogue with people from all walks of life that make up our society. Seek to understand their differences, experiences, perspectives, and concerns. Through honest and open communication, we can bridge divides, dispel misconceptions, and work towards a shared vision of a safe and just society. Remember that true strength lies not in physical prowess alone, but also in emotional intelligence and compassion. Be the voice of reason in volatile situations, the calm amongst the chaos, and the beacon of hope in times of distress. Never forget that behind every uniform stands a human being, and the welfare of your fellow officers must be of the highest priority. Seek out mentors who will inspire you, challenge you, and guide you towards excellence. Your journey as a police officer is not a destination, but a lifelong commitment to self-improvement and learning. I am extremely proud of all of you. I congratulate you again, and you always have a home here in the Lackawanna College Police Academy. One more round of applause for them. And if you're interested, Assistant Director DeSoy will be putting out his one-man show following the ceremony about life growing up during the Depression, right? Is that what?
Director, I believe that's your picture up there on the shelf.
That's not my picture. Instructor Hughes, for the final time, please take command of Class 260.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye. Out, turn, work! Aye, aye, right! Aye, forward, march!
Thank you all for coming. Be safe. Have a good night. Thank you.